Hello everybody, welcome to another flight. Today we're going to do a career mission flight at night. This is where my airplane is. It's going to be in the Citation Longitude, and I put filters, only this aircraft and only 2 stars. For 1 star I won't get any missions to come up. So 2 stars is the next easiest one. So the difficulty is not too difficult, so make it easier on yourself. And try to find a flight nearest to you with half decent conditions. I believe I found one here. Yeah, this one right here, MVFR. So that's minimal visual flight rules, but it's still a VFR, just questionable. So I think we're going to go ahead and take this. Notice it was an airport not too far away from my plane, so the transfer cost is only $19,000. And we're going to go ahead and look at the flight plan, manage the flight plan, see what it gives us. It's automatically populated something. And immediately change this to 25,000. It's just one thing I always do. Don't worry about the departure procedure or anything else. It's RNAV 1. I'm going to go with the RNAV. Let's see which one I want. Okay, so I've picked an RNAV here. It's Oguyo. It's going to start here and go here and go in. Give me more than enough time to get down in altitude and set up the aircraft for landing. That's why I take longer RNAV flights. Now one trick you want to do, we know we're landing on runway 1. Go to the arrival airport, click information, runways, and look for runway 1. Only a 5-knot crosswind and a 4-knot headwind. So that looks good. So we'll take that. We can take a look at the weather. Broken clouds, 2 degrees, VFR conditions. It doesn't look bad. So we'll take that. Send to ATC and avionics, but I'm going to change this to a VFR, and I'm going to once again send to ATC and avionics. And we can do it once again once we're in the aircraft. I like to start the stopwatch so I can slow down, speed up the sim rate, and make sure I'm in real time. Let's go ahead and jump in. Transfer airplane. I've already managed my aircraft. It seems something's missing here. I'll let you guess what that is. Let's jump in. Okay, here we are at our aircraft. Go ahead and hit Alt-Q and just remove everything at once. Let's jump in. Request boarding. Okay, shift 7. Turn the standby power on. Turn the batteries on. I'm going to jump up here for a second. Put everything to really bright. Put on recognition lights. Those are like beacon lights to let everybody know what's turning on the aircraft. Make sure all these switches are up. Shift 5. Let's turn on the APU. Hit to on, pull to start, hold it for a second, let go. Shift 1, make sure it's running up. It's running up right here. You want to make sure you're in real time too. Yeah, that's going to take a long time to get going, even after it reaches 100%. So let's go ahead and do this. First thing I have to do is fill up fuel. I have a key binder for that. Settings, controls, search. I believe you search add fuel, and that's settings, controls, add fuel. So we'll go here, wait, takeoff, FOB sync. Next, initiate. Take a look at the flight plan, see if it's what we picked. I want to click here, done. You want to look for any holds. Oguyo, that's what we picked. Okay, this looks good. Next, initiate. Takeoff data, weather, load radar wind, use the RAT. You come here to takeoff, accept takeoff speeds. Shift 5, put in 1 notch flaps since it says check flaps. Okay, and click initiate. That's all set, ready to go. Go back to the flight plan. It's an RNAV, so we don't have to worry about frequency. You want to see about starting the engines now. Click the takeoff cover, click run, hold down the engine start till it says on. Come up here and watch it run up. I like to speed up time just to make it go faster because it takes a while. Back in real time, turn on the second engine, takeoff cover, click run, hold it down till it says on, watch it run up. Okay, both engines are fully run up. We have 1 notch flaps for takeoff flaps set. We'll come back over here, turn off the APU, shift 7, turn off the APU generator. Shift 9, turn on our seatbelts, pack safety, tail floodlights, wing lights, anti-collision, and turn off recognition, turn on landing lights, and turn on taxi lights. I'm going to request taxi. And we'll see you on the runway. Or we'll see you just before the runway. Whenever you have your Stopwatch on. You always want to make sure you're in real time very often. I'm going to stop here, hold short, set up autopilot. I'm going to go to 25,000 feet. You can right click this, get hundreds change from thousands of feet to hundreds of feet. Click flight level change for 25,000 feet. Heading bug to line up with the GPS line. You can see that here. There's a heading bug in blue, line up with the magenta line for the FMS or GPS. And we just click heading bug. What I like to do is I'll switch my speed mode to manual, set it for around 230. You want to stay below 250 knots, at least till you reach flight altitude. So that's ready to go. You need to bind a key to enable and disable auto throttle. That would be settings, controls, search auto throttle, bind a key. Request takeoff. Okay, let's go ahead and set takeoff speed. Takeoff speed is set. Everything looks good in the green. Airspeed's alive. V1 rotate. You want to wait a little bit before taking off, or you could be in underspeed and end up crashing. Positive rate, gear up. Above 180 knots, flaps up. We go ahead and arm auto throttle, enable autopilot, and we're going to move the heading bug so it lines up with the FMS line here. This one, not this one. Now you can see right here, heading bug's lined up with the FMS line. When it gets close enough to it, it'll automatically switch over to navigation, but we have to arm navigation mode. Now the FMS is on standby. We're still following the heading bug right here. Once we get close enough, it'll automatically switch over to FMS, and we'll follow that to the airport. See if we're getting closer here. You see it's automatically switched over. Now we're just following navigation, no longer following the heading bug. I'm going to come over here and turn off anything I don't need. I'll turn off the landing lights. Keep everything on, including the seatbelts, till I reach flight altitude. We'll see you once we reach flight altitude. Whenever this button is blinking, just right-click barometric pressure and go to standard barometric pressure. Once you've reached a certain altitude, I'm going to enable engine ice protection and pitot heat. Okay, we've reached flight altitude. See that here, altitude 25,000 feet, holding. I'm going to increase my speed to 305 knots, between 305 and 310. In order to be safe, I just go 305 to make sure I don't overspeed. But I do sometimes go 310. Okay, now that we've reached flight altitude, let's set up our vertical navigation to come back down just in time to hopefully intercept the glide path that take us to the runway. We'll come down here. The last waypoint, we need to be at 2,000 feet roughly. I'm rounding down, or 2,100 just before the runway. Runway's here, waypoint's here, last waypoint. So that's what we're going to set up. I'm going to set up 2,000 feet myself. Okay, 2,000 feet is set. Click vertical navigation mode. V-path is on standby for 2,000 feet. Now we should have a top of descent. And we do have a top of descent right here. So there's nothing else we have to do right now. Once we've passed this waypoint and just before the next waypoint, we'll have to click approach and click activate approach, but not yet, because we have a ways to go. Okay, we'll see you once we've reached top of descent. Turning off seatbelts, pack safety, and I dim the monitors just a little bit.
Airport information, Charlie.
Okay, as you can see here, we're going to reach our top of descent soon. When we do, I'm going to lower my speed. Because when we get below, I believe it's 10,000 feet, you have to be below 250 knots. We're also at the last waypoint, just before a transition waypoint. When this switches over to the next waypoint, we'll click approach and activate approach. Just about to pass our top of descent. V-path has been enabled, and we're starting to come down. And we just passed our top of descent. I'm lowering my speed to 230 knots. Below 250 knots, we need to put in 1 notch flaps. Below 230 knots, 2nd notch flaps. Full flaps be below 180 knots. To put the gear down, need to be below 230 knots. Okay, we're below 250 knots. I'm going to put in 1-notch flaps. Here we are blinking again. Let's right click barometric pressure. We have a flight restriction, 3,000. That's going to be on Travis though. We just passed the last waypoint. Next waypoint will be a transition waypoint. You can see here. Click approach, click activate approach. Autopilot and auto throttle still doing everything. I turn on seatbelt lights, pack safety. Turn on my landing lights and the taxi lights because it gives me slightly more illumination. Oh, we never turned the LT emergency lights on. Those are supposed to be armed. That's one thing I messed up here. Oh, just before we reach final, we'll click approach mode over here to the right on the autopilot suite. Not quite yet though. I'm going to bring the speed back to 200, and as we drop below 230 knots, we can put in second notch flaps. We're below 230 knots. I'll put in second notch flaps here. Second notch flaps are in. You can also see that here, right there. Full flaps, we need to be below 180 knots. We're about coming up on our approach. I'm going to go ahead and click approach mode. The glide path will be here on standby, and here it is right here, just above us. We're right here, it's right here. Auto throttle still active, autopilot, FMS, 200 knots. Still following V path down as it says here in green. I'm bringing my speed back to 170, and I'm going to put my gear down. Put in full notch of flaps since we're below 180 knots. I'll bring my speed back to 150 knots now. Gears down. We have 3 green. Full flaps. We're set for landing. Landing lights also set. Land seatbelt sign enabled. We'll pull the speed back again to about 140. Sometimes the plane takes a little while to slow down, so you want to lower speed well before the runway. Screen indicator says we need to land at just about maybe 125 knots. But that'll be later. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it to 135. Okay, we finally intercepted the glide path. We should be coming down. I'm going to lower my speed back to 130. About 120, so I'll make my speed 125. I'd like to go just a little bit faster. I'm going to disable autopilot, but I'm going to keep the auto throttle on. And what's good about this plane is the auto throttle, as you get close to the ground, the auto throttle will come out by itself. You only have to disengage it once you've landed. I'm going to take out autopilot. You're below the glide path, but that's okay. We need to land.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Nice landing. Disengage auto throttle. And there we go. Okay, we got dinged because I couldn't turn around. I needed to turn around. I did not have enough space to turn around. We're going to get dinged for trying to turn around on the runway and going slightly off the runway. Okay, shut down the aircraft. Shift 7, turn off standby power. Shift 9, turn all your lights off. That off. Shift 8, turn off all your eyes protection, which I forgot to before landing. And Shift 5, turn off both engines. You can put your flaps up to 0 as well. Engines off. Shift 7, batteries off. Okay, that's it. Let's see how we did. Can't believe I got dinged just for turning around. And only 75% for airline procedures now. Great. We're not even going to get S tier. All because of that. It says radio communications, but I didn't miss any radio communications. But that usually happens. Once you've missed one thing, it starts giving you more penalties that you didn't really get. Anyway, I'll take what I can get. See what we got paid. Barely 2 million. It was a very short flight. We took a big hit. Went all the way down back to A tier, but that's okay. Next flight, I'm sure I'll get back to S tier. Okay, if you like that, think about giving a like, think about subscribing. But if not, it's all love. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye.